Earlier today, I did a video about Nerd City's video looking at essentially restricted keywords that if you say certain words, you will get demonetized. It's a very, very fascinating video talking about why YouTube censors various, content. And soft censors, right? Demonetization. Well, Steven Crowder has been talking recently about how he's been soft blacklisted on YouTube. When you search for him, he doesn't emerge. Well, Crowder dug deep. He looked at a bunch of different channels and found many conservative commentators and creators were not appearing in search. It's actually quite amazing. So here's what I did. I opened a tab. I opened a private tab and I searched for my name, and guess what? My channel didn't even come up. My channel? Tepid old milquetoast fence sitter Tim Pool? Yep. When you searched for me, it didn't emerge. Today in conversation, I was talking to somebody and I did a search and there I was like normal. It's weird. Because in the past, I have done searches for my name to see what my ranking is. It's a funny thing because when I joke about like Googling myself, people laugh and I'm like, dude, I'm running a business and my name is my brand. I have to check about rankings and delivery and everything like that. So I'll do a YouTube search. And for the longest time, I could see my name, my channels, my Vice stuff. And then something happened the other day when Crowder was talking about it, and it didn't come up anymore. Crowder was right. It's not about conservatives. I don't know what it was about. Unfortunately, was a test done checking on progressives. According to the data I've seen, David Pakman and the Young Turks have been deranked as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they were knocked out of search. This is more to do, in my opinion, with YouTube trying to prop up mainstream media. So while Crowder focused on the conservative aspect, let me push back and say, Crowder, you're correct. But I'd be willing to bet they're hitting the progressives too. Not all of them. They're propping up the mainstream media. David Pakman did a video where he pulled up the data. We all get hit. You and David. And David, he's on the other side of this than you, okay? The issue is, and we should be unified in this matter. By all means, Young Turks, by all means, David Pakman, Kyle Kalinske, and the progressives, rag on me, Crowder, and Trump, and anybody else, the free speech people, the intellectual dark web, rag on all of us. The centrists, the conservatives, the moderates, even the moderate leftist Democrats you don't like. Please. I respect your opinion, and I would like you to do it because a healthy ecosystem includes all of our opinions. So when it comes to the issue about what YouTube is doing, they're hitting all of us. And it's something we should be together on because it is propping up the mainstream press, the corporate media, things that can be controlled. With that being clear, let's read about the story because it appears Crowder pushed back and got this problem resolved. And now all of these channels are appearing in search. From Reclaim the Net, YouTube reverses at least some of the censorship of Steven Crowder and others. They write, critics of YouTube's business and tactics, specifically those coming from conservative portion of the US politics and society, repeatedly cry foul, declaring this Google-owned super influential platform as one that is habitually using its power to sway users, effectively towards its own vast preference as a global video giant. I want to stop and mention, because I typically, as a rule, use NewsGuard certified outlets on purpose. It is not because I think NewsGuard is all-knowing or smarter or better. It's because it is effectively a check on my bias and a PR defense. Listen, if it's certified by NewsGuard, don't take my word for it. They're the journalists in New York who have verified these. Reclaim the Net is not. But Reclaim the Net I've seen to be fairly accurate, and I'll personally vouch for at least this story. I've seen the screen grabs, and I think that this is a good write-up by Reclaim the Net. I think the issue with verification for them is simply because they're new. So let's read. They write, but could YouTube at the same time be deliberately putting in many roadblocks, some more subtle than others, all the way to the ultimate goal of suppressing legitimate conservative online voices? The evidence seems to point that way. The question has not merely been an ongoing accusation made by observers and active participants who have theorized bad intent on the part of big tech, but in fact, this has also been a question put forward by some Google insiders in their public testimonies that support similar claims, all boiling down to accusing YouTube of being motivated by bias, fueled by some very real world politics and allegiances. Now hold on. YouTube was under fire for hosting controversial thoughts and opinions. A lot of it came from the left. The backfire was on them. Okay, all of us. In the end, YouTube propped up what they call authoritative sources like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News. Well, I personally find myself a bit more authoritative than all of them combined. Why? Because I read their stories and fact check their stories. I'm not saying they're all bad. I think they're all biased in various ways. MSNBC let's throw out the window because they're trash. CNN is biased. They have a perspective and they get things wrong. That's fine. Fox News is biased. They present factual news. They sometimes get things wrong. Fine. You want to have an opinion, guy? I put those out and say you're allowed to have your opinion. When it comes to facts, CNN for the most part is okay. Fox News is okay, and that's okay by me. I'm fine with it. But I fact check them. And neither are better than others. I don't know what to tell you. They're both biased. CNN tries to claim they're not, but let's be real. They're the left. Fox News is the right. MSNBC is the conspiracy arm of the Wingnut Party. I don't know what's going on with them, but they have lost the plot. The point is, why should I be deranked as not authoritative when I use third-party certification agencies, when I fact-check the claims with numerous sources and give you an aggregate view? Here's what all of these sources say, and here's what my opinion is on it based on reading all of them. That is a overhead view of their stories to find out what's true and what's not. But I get deranked. They go on to say, that activity, if true, would be something very disappointing to normal users, not only in the US but around the world, where the myth of an objective, knowledge-based, data-driven scientific search result might still be strong with Google and its various services. So let's get to the point. They say earlier in the year, YouTube demonetized Crowder's channel. That we all know. If you're not familiar, he was talking about this guy, Carlos Maza, and he said things that were crass and offensive to Carlos in the context of telling jokes and doing political commentary. YouTube said it wasn't against the rules, but took action anyway, because of course they will, and demonetized his channel. But now, they write, YouTube seems to be fighting its ideological enemies far more subtly by making them dissipate all the way to disappearing in that all-important segment, the search results. In a new video this week, Crowder tells his followers about YouTube's latest censorship tactic and what it means for the channel as well as for the rest of the conservative movement. I'll give you my theory. YouTube wants us to slowly die off. They can't outright ban our channels. Let me give you a history lesson. This may be apocryphal, but I love the story. When eBay first launched, the website was yellow, but the yellow was kind of off-putting to a lot of people. So one day YouTube changed it to white. Seemingly a good change. However, the outrage was maddening. No one liked the new color. They didn't like the new layout. And they demanded the website be changed back. Because of the backlash, eBay changed the website back to yellow. Did they lose? No, they got smart. What they did after that was every day they incremented the color of the background one degree towards white. Eventually, the website had changed white, but so gradually no one noticed. It's an amazing story. Facebook learned the same lesson. They used to do these sweeping changes to the site, and everyone would complain, I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. So they learned, make the change slowly so no one notices. YouTube's first play, they removed me and many others from autoplay suggestions, meaning if you watch YouTube videos, you will not see my videos in autoplay for the most part. Rarely you will. So once a video is done playing, it'll automatically play the next video. Well, I've successfully circumvented that because I use playlists. When you watch one of my videos and someone links to it, it's a playlist link. It automatically plays the next video in the playlist. YouTube's doing something else now, removing us from search. What this means is the ability to discover our channels is slowly being taken away. This is why I always say, share my video. What we're learning is that the deranking was one thing. Now you can't discover our videos, our channels accidentally. But they're going one step beyond. You can't even try to find our videos. Go into search, type it in, we don't come up. Well, apparently they reversed it. So let's get to that point. So Crowder looked at his channel. He looked at Paul Joseph Watson, Breitbart. He looked at Lauren Chen, Ben Shapiro, and found this was happening to everybody, even live action. But finally, update. Steven Crowder said half Asian lawyers spoke with YouTube before and after. Crowder highlighted that after speaking to YouTube, the change was made. YouTube has quietly fixed it, finally. This is Mark Dice saying this. As you know, I've been calling them out for months about this. But yesterday and today, a bunch of other YouTubers finally saw it as happening to them and rang the alarm bell, thanks to everyone for your help. And that was me too. I searched for it and was surprised to find I wasn't in search. So I know that my time may be short for this platform, and I have absolutely prepared my companies and everything for changes. You might notice that my content now appears on Facebook. That's right. There's a company now managing this for me. They upload my content for me because I can only do so much. I handle all of this stuff. But in the end, YouTube will come for me and everyone else, no matter how tepid my opinions may be. And that's why the most important thing you can do, if you're a fan of what I do or any of these other people, share our content. I stress that. Think about the logic. YouTube says You can't search for him. Someone could search for Tim Pool, nothing. Well, they fixed it because of pressure. But how long will that last? We don't come up as autoplay videos anymore. Someone else does. What are you going to get? You're not going to get David Pakman. You're not going to get a progressive. You're going to get CNN or Fox News. But I'll tell you what. If every single person who watched this video, which averages around like 150,000, shared this, think about how many people they would reach, and that is way more powerful than YouTube could ever hope to realize. Okay? YouTube could ban us outright, but that backlash would be too big. So they got to do it slowly. The change has to be gradual to purge our voices from this platform. Well, I'm preparing for it, and I hope all of you are too. You can go to any podcast platform and look up Tim Pool Daily Show and see I upload a podcast every day at 6:30 p.m. Okay, I'm sometimes late, but every day I have a podcast. It's the full hour and a half of all of my content. You can listen to it all. And there it is, I guess. So I'm grateful to Crowder for being vigilant and following this stuff and pushing back because he's helped me out. So I'm glad he's taking this stuff seriously and found it. I'll leave it there. Stick around. I got one more video coming up in a few minutes. I will see you all shortly.